Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. In our Practices to Perfection class last night, the discussion subject was, what are ways you can become more deeply loving? What are ways you can become more deeply loving? Feel free to share your thoughts in the chat. What I had shared was, it starts with experience. Every one of us is born at a different level of evolution, and some are more naturally selfless. Some are more instinctively selfish. So this starts with your previous lifetime. But now the critical part that I highlighted is knowledge. When one has the insight that divinity you are, and that you is not conditioned by gender, sexuality, ethnicity, etc., divinity you are applies to all, then the way that we love ourselves, we love others. And that's the third part, which is experience. Practicing what you know, living by these insights. Again, what are ways you can become more deeply loving? Experience, knowledge, experience. How important is Meaningful Mornings? Meaningful Mornings facilitates knowledge. So now we can change the word to Meaningful Mornings facilitates love. Loving oneself, loving others. Shri Krishna has shared in verse 34 that he is death, that which consumes all. Without insight, we tend to feel that death is fatalistic in the sense that this is the end. However, death is a mechanism for recycling. This body came from Earth. This body will go back to Earth. Hopefully this body won't come back from Earth again. It's a methodology in recycling. With that insight, all of a sudden, death becomes part of living rather than the end of living. Shri Krishna shares, this is the 48th pointer, that he is new beginnings. With new beginnings, there should be a sense of freshness. Personalizing this. How do you know if you have a master in your life? A master is never one who focuses on your mistakes. A master is never one who holds something against you. They know that the Sri Krishna, the Vibhuti, is a beginning, a new beginning, the freshness. So if you feel this way with a certain personality, then you're aligned with what Sri Krishna is teaching. You're aligned with the master. The 49th pointer. What is great? Nadi, women. The greatest part of women. This is what is found in women. And before I go through this list again, sometimes when we travel and people will see our children and they'll describe them physically. Even with photographs on social media, people describe these happenings on social media, projects, achievements, but they describe the physicality. This person looks like this person looks like that. It shows how gross-sighted we are. We're only looking at beauty, at being handsome. See how Sri Krishna is not highlighting that with Nadi. He's highlighting past nama, past rupa, but the guna. So we too should be careful about, when we see children, oh, they're so cute. Who cares if they're cute? They have personalities. Makes sense. Shri Krishna shares, the greatest part of the great is kirti. Kirti means reverence. What we can reflect on, if you think of your last name, have you made your last name more inspiring or less inspiring? Yes. When people remember your last name, are your parents proud? Are your grandparents proud? Shri Krishna is Shri. Shri means generosity. That's the greatest. In our culture, when we celebrate Deepavali, Navaratri, etc., we tend to put Bhagavati Lakshmi's feet coming into our homes. How many of you do this? Plastic, or you draw it, whatever it may be. But this is a lack of understanding of who Bhagavati Lakshmi is. Those feet have to be shown leaving your home too. Draw those. You don't own Bhagavati Lakshmi. You don't own anything, really. This all belongs to the divine. Those who are tuned into that, they become the greatest by practicing generosity. The greatest is Vak. Vak literally means to speak, but here it's Vak Patutva. Hanumanji is known to be eloquent. What makes one eloquent? What you're speaking is truthful, useful, beautiful, and measured. I couldn't come up with a word with ending in FUL. If you can, please share in the chat. We continue then. Shri Krishna shares, the greatest is Smriti. Smriti means that which is to be remembered. Zooming into this, it is to remember who you are and what your responsibilities are. Those who have a strong smriti, they remember their responsibility, they remember their identity. That inhibits vices, particularly anger. Anger makes us lose our sense of balance. But those who have established, again, their responsibilities and their identity, they don't succumb to anger, etc. What is the greatest? Medha. Medha literally means memory. But stronger than that is retention. But stronger than that is recollection. Medha means to recollect. The teaching being is that if you're rattled, how efficiently do you recollect yourself? That's what Medha is. We tend to make this gross that I have such a strong photographic memory. I know this and this and this. I chant all of these verses. But more applicable is if I'm rattled, if we're in an argument, how efficiently do I recollect myself, recollect our relationship? The greatest is dhriti. Dhriti means determination. More practically, how can we practice this? It is to hold on. To hold on to your purpose. To hold on to what's important. Holding on is facilitated by utility. Anyone here who knows that the only way they're going to overcome stress, anxiety, dejection is through knowing their nature. When you know that utility, then you'll be disciplined with meaningful mornings, on time, writing notes, etc. But if you don't know the utility, then if I miss a verse, what difference does it make? If I miss a chapter, what difference does it make? If I miss Gita, what difference does it make? And finally, this is the word that I want us to remember because Sri Krishna shared so much greatness. We will take this as being the greatest of the great, kshama. What do we find in our Devis? Lots, but the greatest, kshama, which in English means forgiveness. Forgiveness is needed for progress. Think of the hardest part of living is relationships. It is through forgiveness that relationships can keep moving. Verse 35, a more technical verse. Brihat samatata samnam Gayatri chanda samaham Masana margashirshoham Ritunam kusumakaraha. Okay. The next pointer, this is pointer 50. Shri Krishna has already referenced amongst the Veda, I am Sama, that which is sung. Now he's sharing Samnam, which means songs. The songs of the Veda, I am Brihat Sama, I am the song Brihat. And the technical component of this is the Brihat Sama is the most difficult to sing. That's what Sri Krishna is teaching us, that he is this most difficult song to sing. I'm reminding all about how beautiful the education system is in the Veda and Bhagavad Gita, that it's song-based. A couple of days ago, I was asking Vyasa what day it is. And he told me, and I said, do you know all the days of the week? And he started with, the days of the week, the days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. You know, the Addams Family theme. That's how he's learning about the days of the week. That was brilliant. That is brilliant. Then a really awesome pointer. This is pointer 51. Amongst the chandas, which means meters. I know so little about any of this, but there's high meters and low meters, like you're learning with chanting, correct? There's a high intonation and a low intonation. Shri Krishna, where the greatest is Gayatri. The Gayatri Chanda. And this is all I'm going to highlight today. The next two we'll review tomorrow. The word Gayatri has the etymology of Gayantam Trayate iti Gayatri. Gayantam Trayate iti Gayatri, which means that which sung helps one to cross. For those who sing Gayatri Mantra, they cross over dejection, anxiety, stress. Today, this month, Chinmay Mission Cleveland is working hard and smart to buy its own home. And I keep sharing with them that our aspiration is that the icon in our home will be Gayatri Devi. Gayatri Mantra is proclaimed to be the essence of the Veda. That if you took all more than 100,000 mantras from the Veda, the mantra is Gayatri Mantra. I have more to share about this, but here is one practical approach to Gayatri Mantra, Gayatri Chanda. Try to chant this 108 times a day. When Gayatri Mantra is to be chanted when there's a transition of dark and light. So morning, daytime means noon, and then evening. You can spread out the 108 times over these 3 periods or 2 periods, but definitely one period of chanting Gayatri Mantra 108 times. More to be shared about this verse. From inspiration to application, your application is to continue to prepare for our birthday gathering tomorrow. I got to see, because she emailed this, Sangeeta from London's offering of Nama Rupa Guna. Sangeeta ji joins us through Facebook. And she drew this bookmark. Bhagavad Gita, the approach to this for her is a bookmark. And she wrote, this is a avalambhana, or a support. And that's so thoughtful because a bookmark supports a book, correct? It's frustrating when you pick up a book and you don't know where you left off. Bhagavad Gita is like that for her life. And I also got to see Geeta from Portland's. She wrote Shri Krishna Sharana Mama. That's the Nama. But she did this in the form of a rupa of Shri Krishna playing his flute. Really lovely, and it shows again how much she's preparing for this birthday. Please continue. Tomorrow, we will have a special gathering on Bhagavad Gita, including more studying. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.